Hey, welcome. I hope you all are doing great. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is the person on your mind, the person you're thinking about. What is it that they want you to know? All right. So we have three groups for you to choose from: group one, group two, and group three. If you do need to pause the video so you can take a moment to choose your group, feel free. But I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the first group in this reading, it could be for you, the person on your mind. What is it that they want you to know? To start off, we have the Star upright, the Tower in reverse, and we also have the Seven of Swords upright. Okay. So I'm just going to see what direction this is coming from though. I have to say, it feels like overall this person does view you positively, but I feel like that could be, I don't know. Okay, so it feels like this person wants you to know that even though they feel positively about you, it feels like they dislike that other people see you that way as well. Like this person, doesn't dislike you, but they don't like that other people may be closer to you than they are, or like they don't like the fact that other people find you attractive, that other people find you endearing, stuff like that. So it feels like they want you to know that they do want to be closer to you too. They also want to confirm to you that they respect you, even if it may look like they don't at times. And they want you to know that they would like for you to make more of an effort with them. And it feels like they also want you to make them feel special. They could feel that what you're currently doing isn't enough in their eyes, like whatever your interactions, conversations, I don't know, are with them right now. It feels like they definitely want more. They don't want you to put them on a pedestal or anything like that, but they definitely want you to make them feel special. They also want you to know that they like when you smile at them, but they feel that you don't do it enough. It feels like they want you to kind of reserve that energy for them. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're, friendly, positive, smiley, all that nice stuff with other people, it feels like it does make them jealous to a certain extent. And it's like, okay, I just want you to be that way with me. Like they don't want to have to see you kind of be that way with other people, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, so it does feel like they get jealous when you're chilling with other people or being friendly with other people. And they want you to know as well, like they do feel that a lot of people like you. They see you as quite creative, friendly, as someone that does have a lot of nice qualities. um but even so, they could feel that you don't really notice like that people like you. How do I put this? It's like they feel like you don't notice the effect that you have on other people. It's like you could be like just being nice and normal with someone, and this person that you'll be nice and normal with could like have a crush on you, or could like you more than you like them, but they feel like you don't notice that. And that could actually be one of the reasons why they feel, or they would like you to like not be friendly with everyone, if that makes sense. But yeah, they want you to know that they do think you're unique, but they could also feel that you don't really try to stand out. And they want you to know as well that they do have a lot of faith and confidence in you. But unfortunately, it feels like they could dislike the confidence that you have in yourself and the confidence that other people have in you. It's like they don't like that you are popular, you know? They could also think you could provide them relief, or they want you to know that they think you could like heal them in some way. Like they feel that you could have a positive effect on them. It feels like you make this person happy. Or they do want to reconnect with you or rebuild, rebuild a relationship. If any of you did have a relationship with them, then they want to rebuild on that. But if any of you are asking about a romantic relationship, but you're going out with someone else, it feels like they want you to break up with the person you're currently with, and they want you to know that. But this is for those of you who are in a relationship with someone else and not the person you're asking about, you know? So yeah, they also want you to know that they do think you're very gentle and they love that quality in you. But it feels like this person, they think you are moving on from them. Or they feel that you aren't really, connected to them like you used to be. Or they kind of just feel that they could feel that you are maybe trying to make them feel like you're moving on from them, even if you aren't trying to. But yeah, this person doesn't like that feeling of knowing or feeling like you are moving on. But yeah, they want you to know that they think you are a spiritual person and they feel that they share a spiritual connection with you. And it feels like they also want you to know that you are very beautiful to them. Like you have this sensual energy that they do like as well. And it feels like they do want to bring peace between the two of you, but they could think you're over it, you know? It feels like they also want you to know that their life is a mess right now. For some of you, they may have blamed you, for some time, for a certain area of their life not being right. But they realize now that they were in fact wrong. For some of you, this is not for everyone, but for some of you, this person's housing situation could be a mess and they could want you to know that. It feels like this person, they don't necessarily want your help in terms of their life, being a bit of a mess right now. It feels like they do want you to see them as independent. So it feels like they wouldn't ask you for help in that way. But they may actually, it feels like they don't want to go out of their way to ask you for help, but it feels like they want you to kind of offer your help, But yeah, I think I may have said this already, but like they do feel that you are special to them. Like you have some type of purpose in their life, and like they feel that you guys were meant to meet. But it feels like they also want you to know that they do plan on being more generous with you. Like they could plan on being more positive as well. Like for some of you, they could feel that they've made you hate them, and they hope you don't, or they hope that they can make it right. And like for some of you as well, it feels like they want you to know that they shouldn't have targeted you, that they were wrong for doing that. It feels like they also want you to know that it has been hard for them, or it is hard for them to break free from their past. But also the person that they've kind of like always been, like it's hard for them to maybe change their old ways, their old perspectives, you know, their ways of being, even though it has maybe negatively affected your relationship and the relationships they've had with other people. So it feels like in their perspective, they feel like they're trying to change, but it's hard. For some of you, it feels like they want you to know that they may need your help in order to change. Like this person could feel like you are, I don't know if manipulating is the right word, but they could feel like, should I say encouraging, manipulating, encouraging? So yeah, they could feel like you are encouraging them to change, but they could feel like it's being done in like a manipulative way, not necessarily in like a negative way. But yeah, they could feel like you are trying to change them into someone that they aren't, or you want them to be someone that they aren't. And they could feel like you're doing this maybe by pushing them away or treating them differently. Like it feels like they think you're trying to hurt them, you know? They could also feel that you're being sneaky when it comes to them. Like they could think you have hidden intentions. Like they could feel like you're doing this in order for you to kind of like get your way, or for them to act and be a certain way. But yeah, it feels like this person, they want you to stop resisting them. It feels like they don't want you to reject them also. And it feels like they want you to know that they have been having a really shitty time without you around and not being close to you. So yeah, they could want you to know that they do feel that you are being harsh. Um, they could also feel that you aren't really taking their feelings into consideration. They also want you to know that they do feel that you have lied to them. Like this person, they do feel that you are smart, very intelligent. Um, but they could feel like you use it to, you know, kind of get your own way, you know? All right, so we have put the phone down. We have stop obsessing. We have job. We have ocean. We have wellness. And we also have self-confidence through God confidence. So what do they want you to know? Alright, so at first when I saw this card, Stop Obsessing, I thought maybe that would be about them because their energy was kind of giving, not obsessed, but slightly, you know what I mean? But it feels like this person actually wants you to know that they feel like you need to stop obsessing about something in your life. And with this put the phone down, it feels like they want you to know that they feel you are maybe too focused on maybe on them and what they're doing, and maybe who they are. Like this person, they could believe that you are focused on the wrong things when it comes to them. So they could also want you to know that they are focused on recovering or fixing a certain area of their life. This person could be trying to look for another job or trying to just focus on their work as well. It feels like they want you to know that they are, that was clarified by the Emperor, like they are trying to be maybe mature, they are trying to be responsible. It feels like they want you to see that they are taking the steps to kind of like better themselves in some way. Like they could feel that you see their growth, but they could also feel like you're ignoring it as well, you know? So this person, they could feel like you're going with the flow, but it feels like they want you to maybe have more of a plan when it comes to them. It feels like it's like almost, okay, wait, while I make up my mind. They could feel that you have that perspective. It's like you're not really sure, or you haven't fully made up your mind about them, or you're not really thinking long term when it comes to them. And it feels like they want you to be more sure and like have a plan and be more solid when it comes to them. So with this card here, it feels like they also want you to know that they are trying to, or they are believing in themselves a bit more, or trying to. Like they're trying to develop their confidence in themselves. Do you have more from this one? So we have, you are very magical. So you have sex all day, talk all night, I want to wake up next to you. We have, I'm worried you don't feel the same. We have slow, sticky and wet, okay. We have, I masturbate to the thought of you, and we also have dance for me. Like this person wants you to know that they do see you as kind of like sparkly, like your energy could be quite infectious to them. So with this card here, I'm worried you don't feel the same. They could be worried that you will not or do not share the same perspective as them on certain subjects. Like they could be worried that that your mentalities are just very different. So they do want you to know that they do have a lot of sexy, kinky thoughts about you, that they do fantasize about you quite often as well. Like they do fantasize about, it being slow, sticky, and wet. I'm just gonna leave it at that, all right? If you're asking about that type of connection anyway, obviously. They also fantasize about you dancing for them as well. It could be with them too. Maybe they fantasize about you guys dancing together. So we also have frugal, we have disrespectful, and we have competitive. It feels like this person wants you to know that they won't compete for you. Like this person does feel that there are a few people who have your attention. And it feels like they don't want to compete against other people because they feel like they will come out the loser in that situation if they were to do that. It feels like they want you to know that they feel you haven't been the most respectful, towards them, or maybe, in terms of their feelings, stuff like that. I don't know if this is going to be random for you guys, but it feels like they want you to know that they are not fans of people who are frugal, but it feels like they don't view you as frugal, nor do they view themselves as frugal. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it could be helpful, and I'm wishing you guys the best, okay? Take care. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the second group, then this reading could be for you. So we have the Ten of Pentacles upright. We have the World upright. And we also have the Three of Cups in reverse. Alright, so the person that you're asking about, they want you to know that they love spending time with you. They feel that you both could accomplish a lot together as well. They want you to know that they do think you both could be a good team. Like they feel like they could be really good for you. They feel like you could be really good for them. If you guys are already in like a solid kind of relationship, then they feel like you guys are good for each other, and that they are kind of thinking long term when it comes to the two of you, regardless of actually whether this is something new, still developing, or you guys are already, pretty solid. But yeah, they feel like you guys are a good team, or feel like you guys could be a good team. But yeah, they feel that you both moving slowly has been the best thing for your relationship. Or if, again, like if it is still developing, then they feel like you guys moving slowly right now is the best thing for your relationship and for your future relationship, okay? They also feel that you would fit right in with their family, their friends, and they do want you to be more involved in that area of their life and vice versa. Like they want to meet your family too if they haven't already. It feels like they want you to know that you actually remind them of, some of their loved ones or like a specific loved one, like their mom or, their granddad or something like that, but like someone that they hold really dear to their heart. Like you remind them of this person. Like they want you to know that you do feel like home to them. They also want you to know that you're safe with them and that they wouldn't hurt you, that they feel protective over you as well. Like they think you both can be successful together and individually. And they feel that you both could have a good quality of life as well. For some of you, like they want you to know that they want to create a legacy. Like that is their goal, to create some type of legacy, to create a strong foundation, to be successful. And they feel that with you, they feel like that could happen with you, or they feel like you want the same thing, so they could feel like you guys are compatible in that way. And when it comes to the foundation that you guys are building or could build together, they also want you to know that they are putting an end to another area of their life. For some of you, only take this if it makes sense, but they could want you to know that they don't want any kids or any more children. I don't know if this is temporary or not. For some of you, they may not be, a fan of kids or wanting kids or any more if they already have them. They also want you to know that it's important that the people surrounding you both are also supportive of you guys and of your relationship, and that they are on board with your relationship. That could be really important to them. But having said that, it also wouldn't change their feelings if they didn't support your relationship. But it would be nice, of course, like that is, it would be nice, it would be beneficial. But yeah, they want you to know that it is their intention to offer you long-term security, that they are thinking very far ahead into the future when it comes to the two of you. And they want you to know that they are heavily invested in you, heavily invested in a future with you as well. They also want to be very generous with you and open, like mikasa sukasa, like they could have that kind of, feeling when it comes to you. Like they want you to know as well that they are hiding some uncomfortable stuff about themselves, but it's because they don't want to like rehash it. They could feel like they've left that in the past, but they don't want you to think that they're being like secretive or anything like that. They could also want you to know that they aren't very social right now, but they don't want that to stop you from doing you, or for you to think that it equals disinterest on their part. Like they could want you to know that they are busy, with other things. And that could be part of the reason why they can't be, super social right now. And it feels like this person also wants you to know that they do have a fear of like affairs, cheating, possible third parties. Um, so this person could also want you to know that they could prefer working independently at times. They may not work well in teams. This doesn't really feel like it's, including you, if that makes sense. But there could be certain things that they do like to do, alone, of course. They also want you to know that they feel that people might have a problem with your relationship, but these could be people that aren't really important, like people that aren't a part of your, your immediate circle, community. But they also want you to know that they don't care and will do what they can to protect your relationship and you. They want you to know that they were kind of sad before, before meeting you, kind of going through the paces in their life, but you make them happy, and they want you to know that. Okay, so we have that project, that person, that idea is waiting, get after that. We also have make better choices. We have lottery, bet on yourself. We also have car, get into the driver's seat of your life. And we have revealing your true self. And we also have spiritual path. So with this card here, that project, that person, that idea is waiting. It feels like this person that you're asking about, they could see you as, having your own goals. They could see you as ambitious in ways, like certain things that you want to accomplish. And they don't want anything to get in the way of that. Maybe they don't want to get in the way of that, and they could want you to know that. Like, don't let me being in your life deter you from the stuff that you were kind of chasing before I was around, It feels like they also want you to know that they feel you have great ideas, that you have great goals, that they love your ambition as well. It feels like they also want you to know that you really help them, like you being in their life, help them make better choices for themselves. And it feels like they're super grateful to you. Even if you didn't do anything that much, maybe some of you could be unaware of the fact that you even have had on this person, but it feels like you woke them up a bit, like you coming into their life, and like you have helped them maybe see certain things that they need to change for the better, and you have helped them make better choices. And with Bet on Yourself Lottery, it feels like you've really helped this person maybe focus on themselves a bit more. I don't know about taking risks, but kind of like having more confidence in themselves, or more confidence in maybe ideas that they have, certain paths that they wanted to take, maybe even in terms of their future and what, you know, what they want to build in terms of their future. Maybe independently and with, obviously, in a relationship. But it feels like you maybe help them aim higher, you know, in a way. And it also feels like they want you to know that they don't want you to kind of like relinquish the control you have over your life to them. Like they don't want to be in control of your life. Like they want you to still be in control of what it is that you want, you know? And with revealing your true self, it feels like they also want you to know that you don't have to hide parts of yourself, you know, for them. Like they want you to stay true to you, basically, you know, and stay true to who you are, what you want, how you feel, you know. It's like that's like one of the reasons why they fell for you in the first place, and they don't want you to, you know, lose sight of that and who you are, you know. And for some of you, it feels like they also want you to know that you have set them on a spiritual path. Like they feel more connected to something higher than themselves. And they could feel like they could credit you for that, and they could want you to know that. Okay, so we have here trauma. We have my family doesn't approve. We have nothing will stand in my way. We have unpredictable. We have stepping out of the comfort zone. And we have I want to make love to you. It feels like they want you to know that they see you. When it comes to, you know, trauma, it feels like they want you to know that they see you. Maybe they see, you know, certain things that you have been through as well. It feels like they just want you to know that they acknowledge it, that they see it. They may not understand it necessarily, but yeah. It feels like they also want you to know that you don't need to hide that from them either, you know? All right, so with my family doesn't approve, it actually feels like they are worried or know that their family doesn't approve. And even though they could feel that you would be compatible with their family, like fit in with their family, they could still be worried or know that some of the, you know, people don't necessarily approve of their relationship with you. But it feels like they still want their family to see you how they see you. It feels like they're not gonna like give up and kind of like putting you on a pedestal almost when it comes to their family. Like, no, this person is special. Like, look at all their amazing qualities. You know, look at what this person has done for me. Like, look how this person has helped me. So yeah. But they also don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. They could feel like the more you and their family spend time together, the more the more it will help like the relationship that you may or yeah, that the relationship you may have with them in the future. Does that make sense? What I just said? My brain went kind of blank there for a second. So yeah, it feels like in time, like they feel in time, their family will see you how they see you. But maybe not completely how they see you, but they will like you as much as they do, you know? But it feels like they also want you to know that nothing is going to stand in the way of how they feel for you anyway. You know what I mean? And it's funny, that card came right out after that card as well. So even though that may be the case for some of you guys, they want you to know that's not going to stand in their way. So they want you to know as well, they want to make love to you if you guys haven't already. Like, they want you to know that that is something that they fantasize about. They also want you to know that you have helped them step out of their comfort zone, or like you've helped them get out of some type of rut that they were in. And if any of you here are like unpredictable, maybe fiery, maybe a little impulsive, like they love that energy from you. Like they don't want you to change, you know, being you. And finally, we have busy, we have serious, and we have persistent. So this person, like if this person does tend to be quite busy, like it feels like they want you to know, like not to maybe take it personally. They want you to know that they are extremely serious about you, okay? And they want you to know that they do plan on being very persistent in terms of your relationship, and maybe you guys headed in a positive direction as well. It feels like this persistent is also in regards to making sure you know that your relationship is a priority to them, even though they can be busy at times, like they are pretty serious about you. Okay, but that is all I have for those of you who've chosen the second group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense, and I'm wishing you guys the best. Okay, take care. Bye. Hey, if you've chosen the third group, then this reading is for you, the person in your mind. What do they want you to know? So we have the Three of Swords upright, we have the Hierophant upright, and the Hermit in reverse. So it feels like they want you to know that their heart is closed off right now, and they can't move forward with you either right now or indefinitely, and they are trying to focus on themselves. They do think they've hurt you maybe by focusing on themselves, and they want you to know that they are sorry for how you feel, but they're not sorry for the why, you know? Like, they feel like they're sorry for how you feel, but they don't take responsibility for how you feel as well. Like, they feel like they shouldn't have to take responsibility for your feelings in this situation. And it feels like they also want you to know that it is difficult for them to trust, that you may have done something to break their trust or make them feel like they can't trust you. This could be just, certain stuff about you that they kind of feel is not compatible with them. So they could also feel that you did something that made them realize that you're not for them, and that you guys aren't the most compatible. And they also feel that you have a hard time seeing past your own feelings and your own perspective. So they also feel that it wouldn't work because of that, because they feel you wouldn't be able to understand them, resonate with them. Resonate with who they are and what they're saying. And they kind of feel that right now you guys can't be more than acquaintances, Like, they don't even feel that you guys can be friends at the moment, Like, they could feel that you are someone that would end up hurting them or just having a negative impact on their life, whether intentionally or not, And they want you to know that they've, grown, that they're not the same person they used to be. And they do feel like you've grown as well, but the growth that you guys have done separately is kind of like making you guys grow apart, if that makes sense. Even if you guys are both growing in positive directions, that it's not like conducive to the other person. So yeah, they could want some distance from you, for you to let them do what they need to do, and they want you to focus on yourself as well. For some of you here, they want you to know that they think you should take the time to heal. Like, any emotional or mental wounds that you may have. This could be physically as well. They want you to know that whatever negative feelings you have towards them or will have towards them, maybe when you don't get what you want from them, they want you to know that you will get over it and you shouldn't hold on to it. Like, you shouldn't let it negatively affect you or put you in a bad space. Like, they want you to know that you shouldn't take how they feel or don't feel to heart. And like, they want you to know that they don't want to have a conflict with you, They also want you to know that they think you need better influences. And I don't know if this is like a work situation, but for some of you here, it feels like they want you to know that they want to keep things professional between you guys. Okay, so take that one if it makes sense for the person you're asking about. So yeah, it feels like this person is trying to change, they're trying to mature and develop, and they don't want anyone to get in the way of that. Like, they may not care if you take it personal or not, but just for your own sanity, they hope you do not. And for some of you here, like, they could feel it would be positive for you to conform a bit. Maybe do, I don't know, maybe do the right thing or do what is in your best interest. They could also think you should aim higher in some way. Like, they could also want you to know that they do feel lonely, and you know, or they're kind of just in like a lonely what's it called, like a phase in their life, and but they could feel like it's necessary right now. Like, for some of you, they could feel you are attracted to them or drawn to them because you perceive them as lonely, but they want you to know that that's just how you know, it is for them right now. And you know, just because they are lonely or appear that way, it doesn't necessarily mean they want you know, people in their life right now, or just, you know, specific people in their life. They also want you to know that they are hiding parts of themselves, and they feel that you could benefit if you were to keep some parts of yourself more private too. And they could also feel you will benefit from finding more stability for yourself as well. Alright, so we have stop talking, and we have the lightning bolt, and on the back it says figure stuff out on your own. We have music, sing the song of your soul and dance to your unique rhythm. We also have angel, tap into your higher wisdom. We have multifaceted, and we have be gentle with yourself. So with stop talking, it feels like the person you're asking about, they feel that you should stop talking about certain things to other people. It could be talking about them, but it could also be talking about personal stuff when it comes to yourself, like just for your benefit. But it feels like they also want you to stop talking about them if you have been talking about them, especially if you have been like speaking negatively about them. Yeah, they could feel like that would be in your best interest as well. Like with this card here on the back, it says something about figure stuff out on your own. It feels like they want you to know that you should stop trying to influence other people. It could be when it comes to them, it could be in general. Like they think that maybe you should let people figure out stuff on their own. Like that you should allow people to form, you know, connections on their own. You know, maybe without you kind of, you know, giving your 2 cents on other people, or the people who other people are forming a connection with, if that makes sense. So with multifaceted, like they do want you to know that they do think you are very talented. also feels like they want you to keep in mind that people do have layers to them. Like they could think you shouldn't judge people on first impressions or on who they are on the surface. So with this card here, it feels like they want you to keep in mind that people are different. Like not everyone thinks the same way as you. Not everyone has the same opinions as you. Like everyone has unique ways of being and, you know, of interacting with the world and the people around them. Like they feel maybe you kind of can be disheartened when people don't hold the same opinions as you do, but they feel like you shouldn't let that affect you, and you shouldn't let how you feel about certain things affect or influence other people. You know, they feel like you should do you, they are going to do them, and other people are going to be and do what they want to do, and they feel like that's something that you should just keep in mind. Like they think you are wise, you know. Like they do think you have a good head on your shoulders. They kind of just want you to, you know, maybe tap into that energy a bit more, or just be a bit more mindful, you know, of when you're not in that energy, especially maybe when it comes to maybe them or other people. And with be gentle with yourself, clarified by the star, it says below you've been through a lot and you need time to heal and recover, and they could feel that you would benefit if you were to take some time to like heal from certain things and recover in some way. So we also have I loved you too much. We have dreamer. We have you are so strong, but you don't need to do this alone. We also have I'm afraid. And I'm trying to figure you out. And blah, blah, blah. So it feels like with I loved you too much, this person, depending on where you are at with this person, they either want you to know that they did love you in the past. Like if this person told you they love you, they want you to know that they did mean it. But their feelings are different now. Like they want you to know that their feelings for you have changed. Like this person wants you to know that if any of you here are dreamers, maybe idealistic, you know, or have like wild dreams or wild goals, like this person, you know, admires and likes that quality in you. They don't want you to lose that. This person wants you to know that they can't really figure you out as well, like who you are. And they could feel like they need to keep their distance until they do figure you out. So with I'm afraid, like this person, they feel that you have some fears that maybe you need to work through. They could feel you have some insecurities that you could benefit from, working on. Or kind of trying to see where it comes from, seeing how you can heal it. It feels like this person wants you to know that they do see you as someone that is strong. If any of you are going through a difficult time, they feel like you shouldn't do this alone. And it feels like with blah, 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 it feels like they want you to know that they're not in a place to listen. Maybe they're not wanting to listen. Like they want you to know that they are kind of closed off, not really open right now. And finally, we have introverted, we have rebellious, and we have complex. So this person, they want you to know that they do think you are a complex person, but they actually like that about you, even if they aren't compatible with that. Like this person, they could see you as quite rebellious, and they want you to know that they like that quality in you too. It feels like for some of you, they want you to know that they're not introverted. Even if they may come across as being that way, they want you to know that they aren't really. They could just want you to know that they aren't super outgoing with everyone. But anyways, that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful, and I'm wishing you guys the best. All right, please take care. Bye.